Whether you have a balcony, a kitchen garden, or a farm, any space can be made abundant by planting in layers. And that's what we will discuss today, how to plant in layers. When I say the term layers, it corresponds to the spatial area a plant covers during its growth. Let me explain that by giving you examples. The first layer is the ground cover. As the name suggests, this layer covers the surface of the soil or the ground. These plants can be a few inches tall to about a foot tall. Some great examples of edible ground covers include mint, strawberry, nasturtium, Indian borage. Even plants like coriander, spinach and lettuce are great edible ground covers. Flowering ground covers include sweet alyssum, rain lilies, purple hearts and nasturtium. These are really great flowering plants. And if you're looking for ornamental options, then calathea, syngonium, wandering Jew and a variety of grasses come under this category. The second layer is what I call the mid layer. Plants in this category grow to a height of about 2 feet to 5 feet. So we get a huge variety of plants in this category. Some great edible examples are lemongrass, mustard, amaranth, karonda, pomegranate. Some flowering varieties will include canna, ixora, roses, hibiscus and all the flowering bushes. And some great ornamental examples would be dracaena, croton, rubber plants and colocasia and many more. The third layer is the trees. Now trees can grow to a height of about 5 feet to 40 feet depending on the space that you have at hand. An important thing to consider with trees is that they have a canopy, and canopy casts a shadow just underneath. So the placement of the tree, the choice of the tree and the spacing is extremely important to allow sunlight to reach the layers growing under the tree, the mid layer and the ground cover that you will grow under the tree. Edible trees would include curry patta, moringa, amla, jackfruit and so many other fruiting trees. Flowering trees we have tesu, gulmohar, parijat, amaltas. These are beautiful flowering trees. And if you're looking for ornamental options, then ficus, palm, moorpanki are some options that can be considered. Now, an important thing to also know about trees is that these can be heavily pruned. So if you have small spaces, select species that can be heavily pruned and kept to a desired height, or you can even go for dwarf varieties. Coming to the fourth layer that grows under the surface of the soil, the underground layer. Now all our root vegetables, which is carrot, radish, turnips, belong to this category. Even rhizomes like ginger, galangal, turmeric, sweet potato and potatoes belong to this category. An important point to know about underground layer is that they give out stems, shoots, leaves and flowers above the ground. So you will see a layer forming on top. For example, sweet potato gives off this beautiful vine that spreads on the ground like ground cover, whereas turmeric and ginger give out shoots and leaves that form a mid layer and also bear beautiful flowers that bring in a lot of butterflies and bees. Finally, I come to the fifth layer, which is that of climbers and creepers. And as the name suggests, this layer requires support to climb and grow. So if you're planting them on ground, make sure that you're planting it against a wall, a tree or a trellis. And if you're planting it in a pot, then a trellis or a hanging pot is required. Some great examples of edible vines would include air potatoes, pan, all the beans that we eat, the pole beans, cluster beans, hyacinth beans, all the gourds, loki, tori, tinda are these examples. Great flowering vines would include madhumalti, aparajita, nasturtium, climbing rose. And some great ornamental vines would include creeping ficus, English ivy, pothos, monstera, philodendron. These are some great examples. Although I've spoken of each of these layers one after the other separately, it does not mean that we plant that way. We do not need to plant them sequentially one after the other. Instead, we should plant them all together just like a forest. Because we are growing different layers next to each other, The roots under the soil will never compete. Through this method, we are able to utilize a large amount of space that we have both above, below, as well as on the surface of soil, and also grow a wide variety of plants. This is how I have done layered planting right outside my house on the pavement. I hope this video helps you think more creatively about your garden space. Remember, no space is too small to garden. It is about how you manage it more efficiently. I will see you soon.